As I am Battlestrong. And so, guys, I'm very grateful to share this opportunity with you guys. I want to share some financial literacy tips for those of you guys that are out there. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, I'm an insurance agent, right? So I help families cover their funeral and burial expenses as well as any cremation wishes that they may have to help provide them with that clarity and peace of mind. So first, we're going to start off with this quote, and then we're going to go into, of course, mortgage protection and financial literacy within life insurance. It says financial literacy impacts almost three-fourths of the world. Financial literacy is the lack of education about money and finance, especially personal finance. It enables governments and corporations driven to meet the demands of stakeholders and shareholders, to leverage the ignorance of citizens and customers of their own power and gain. So, with that being said, guys, let's talk about it. So, when it comes to financial protection, we must think about how to prevent as many GoFundMe accounts as possible, right? So, anyone that has access to me, you have access to making sure that your family has financial protection so that way you don't have to create a GoFundMe account or even DM me with a GoFundMe account. So, let's start with number one. Number one, most people either want to cover their cremation, their funeral burial expenses, or leave something behind, or kind of all the above. So there's four reasons technically why someone wants life insurance. Now there's whole life and then there's term. So we're going to discuss this real quick. So when it comes to term, if there's like a young couple or anything like that, right? Let's say you got a new home and you got a spouse, you guys got kids. This is a home that you want to leave behind to your family. You got to think about your monthly income, right? Between both spouses, income one, income two. So there's an example that I put here. So this is also to find your equity within your home. So the way you find your equity within your home is you take the value of your home and then you subtract the loan amount, right? So if your home is, let's say you put on the market and it's worth 500, but you have a loan out for, let's say 300,000, but it started off at five, you have 200,000 of equity. So with that being said, let's say your monthly mortgage is 1,600. One spouse's income is about 1,000 a month. The other income is about 2,500 a month. Now, both spouses combined, that's 3,500 a month, right? So that's going to take care of that $1,600 a month mortgage payment. Now, income one, right? Spouse number one, their income is only 1,000. That's not enough to cover the monthly mortgage. So what some families do, right? As we know that term policies expire over time. So there's like a 30-year term, 20-year, 15, 10-year term. And that's typically what people do to make sure that their loan for their mortgage is paid off in the event of them passing away. So that way their family can maintain that home and the mortgage payments, right? Now, let's say, for example, you're above the age of 50 and the term policy is obviously out of reach. Let's say you have some not terminal illnesses, but some diagnoses, right? Diabetes, a little bit of insulin, taking metformin, anything like that. You're going to want to look at a whole life policy because that's going to last your whole life. Now, as I said before, term life policies expire on you. So eventually you have to pay for that financial peace of mind in general. So as we know, earlier that you purchase life insurance, the cheaper it's going to be. Now, let's get back to mortgage protection and how that life insurance, how that whole life that whole life insurance policy will protect your mortgage, right? So let's say your monthly mortgage payments is 1,600. So you do 1,600, you times that by 12. All right, let me just do some math here real quick. All right. I'm not moving too fast. All right, guys. So we know that's about 4,800, almost $5,000 annually. Now, with that said, or more, maybe 7 to 10,000. Let's just say, just for example, it's 12,000 a year to maintain those monthly mortgage payments. Maybe you're living in an apartment, maybe you're living in an expensive home. You have to think about, without your monthly income, your spouse's monthly income, what does that look like for your mortgage that you're currently maintaining right now? Now, if this is a home that you're not wanting to pass down to your loved ones, then of course a whole life policy is the way to go because it's going to last your whole life and it's portable. You can take that everywhere you go. Now, like I said before, a term policy is going to expire on you over time. So eventually you're going to have to get a whole life policy if you want to provide your family with clarity and a peace of mind. Now, there's three facts about, of course, life insurance that people do. Now, the first thing that we don't want to do is use our savings. Our savings are meant to live on, not pass away on. And also it has to avoid probate in court. So if for any of you guys that doesn't have a will or updated will in place, feel free to reach out to me. I serve veterans on my time outside of doing my and Battlestrong stuff. So I serve veteran families as well as, regular civilian families with life insurance. It says throughout the world, it is chiefly knowledge that separates those with advantages from those who are taken advantage of. Now think about it. How much money, for those of us who have kids, I don't have any kids, think about how much money you spent on your child in your lifetime. It's a big number, right? Now think about right now, if you were to pass away, does your family have financial protection in place? Or would you have to create a GoFundMe account? Would your family have to create a GoFundMe account? I'm offering this time to educate my peers and community, right? As it just said, throughout the world, it is chiefly knowledge that separates those with advantages from those who are taken advantage of. This is so you guys can't get taken advantage of. This is so children who can't speak up and say, hey, mom, hey, dad, what happens if you were to pass away? Like, how am I still going to have the same friends I have? Will I have to switch school districts? Will I be able to play with grow up with my group of friends in the same suburban neighborhood, right? You guys, we all work hard for a living, right? So we need to protect our income. It's very crucial and important. So now a whole life policy, for those that don't know, it's going to last your whole life. It's going to build cash value at the same time, and it's guaranteed to pay out when you pass away. Now, whole life insurance, of course, is the way I look at it is life insurance is just a contract telling your family that you devoted time to think about them before you passed away, right? Now the cars, all the material stuff, that stuff's great and all, but you don't want to provide that stuff to our families. Like we don't want to provide that stuff to our families just for our families and our loved ones to have to sell it, to just have to turn around and sell it, right? We go to work, we work our 9 to 5s, or those of us who are entrepreneurs, we work however hours it takes, and it's important to protect, our assets. It's important to protect the equity within the home. So that way you can pass that equity down to your family or your spouse, right? So I just want to keep this very brief, guys. That's financial literacy 101 for life insurance. Again, I'm a life insurance agent. I'm licensed in 20 different states. I wish I could name them all. I had the list in front of me, but more than likely, I'm probably licensed in your state. So if any of you guys, would schedule a consultation, if you guys are looking for a consultation, or if you guys even know any veteran families, there's free, no cost benefits. Yes, I said free, no cost benefits for veterans that are also entitled to their family. So there's a no cost will. There's also a child safety kit that's provided to help prevent human trafficking. There's also a $2,000 accidental death dismemberment certificate, which is non-contributory as well as non-participating. So that means, of course, it's already been taken care of for you. Now, if you guys are interested, like I said, in any consultations, there's a way to reach me on my main page, on my main channel. I just want to make sure, guys, again, when I show you guys this picture, when I am Battlestrong started when I was a kid, again, I said, God, while my mom was paralyzed in the hospital, I had no idea what life insurance was, y'all. I had no idea how to protect my home, how to become the man of the house, right? I had no idea how to become the man of the house. And so um I say that to say this, guys. I'm very passionate about what I do because I'm able to speak up for the kids out there who can't speak up for themselves. I speak up for the kids like me when I was little, trying to figure out what happens if something happens to my mother. How am I gonna pay a bill? I didn't even know how to pay a bill. That's how the prayer started, right? When I Am Battlestrong started. So for all the kids out there, for all the parents out there, if financial protection is important to you, right? Then guys, we must hold ourselves accountable. And let's spend that time. The best part about me is I'm honest. If I can't serve you, I know so many people in the insurance industry that does. And I have through assist to many different insurance agents, so they can make sure that the family can get served, right? So if I don't have the products, I know who does to serve your family. Whether you have terminal illness, there's guaranteed issue policies, which of course that's like a 2-year wait limit. However, it's a 10% payout. It's going to pay 10% of the death benefit plus all premiums paid into the policy. Now that's a guaranteed issue policy. We also have whole life policies with living benefits. So that means in the event of you becoming critically ill, let's say you lost your job and you became critically ill, sick, or even disabled, there's living benefits provided for you that you can that you can pull from, right? You can pull from the policy, you can borrow from the policy, which we don't recommend that, because again, it's for afterlife planning for your family. But there are living benefits, guys. And so, again, I would be doing a disservice if I didn't take the time to share this with you guys. It hurts me when I see GoFundMe's. It hurts me when I see people just let valid information that they don't teach us in schools go right through one ear and out the other. And I'll get on the phone, guys, believe it or not, and I'll speak to many families, and they'll play phone tag one minute, and the next minute I'm calling them, and their son or daughter picks up the phone and says, "My mom or dad passed away." And guys, like, I don't like that feeling. I hate that feeling. It's happened enough. This is part of the industry. I really care about you guys. That's why you guys see me do other stuff outside of insurance. Um, and I try to just be a voice for the youth. I try to use my platform to share you guys tools, resources that are needed. And so, with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close out. Thank you for those of you guys that's tuning in and subscribing. Man, my heart goes out to anybody that's grieving right now. My heart goes out to anybody who might be grieving due to financial pressures, due to someone passing away that's close to you. Guys, tomorrow's not promised, and I always say this, another day is always another opportunity to battle strong. So, with that being said, let's continue to carry on, let's continue to be grateful, and let's continue to use the resources that are on this earth to continue to help us be the change that we wish to see in this world. God bless y'all. Thank you.